Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Sonia Marie. Thank you for stumbling upon my page, my channel, and this particular video. I'm so happy to be here and share with you. I write for Essence Magazine, if you didn't know that, as an astrologer and as a columnist. I'm not wildly popular, at least not yet. But I do believe in the good stuff that rolls through me. I'm gonna wait for some good people to come on in here because I believe that maybe two or three have been waiting. I did announce that I was going to go on a little earlier, but I'm having some puppy issues. My puppy just threw up, and I don't understand why. So I was helping her out. In any case, hello to all the folks that are rolling in. One quick announcement in which I've been making. There's one spot available. Let me tell you something. If nobody catches that spot, then it'll just be one less person going. But I'd love for you to come. Yep, we're going to Yosemite October 20th through the 24th of this year. We're gearing up. And if you'd like to come along with about 38 more people, I'd appreciate your attendance for sure. You have to pay in full, and it is $1,800 right out. Yep. But it's 4 days of events and workshops and 3 meals a day and a cute little lodge kind of situation called Tenaya Lodge that's situated on the south side of Yosemite National Forest. So if you want to come on through, please, please, please. I know the description box says it's sold out, but I'm telling you there's one spot because people pull out. Things happen and life goes on. So you have to adjust accordingly. And adjustment has been made for you. So if you want to come on through, please hit me up at WordlifeAstrology@gmail.com. That's WordlifeAstrology@gmail.com. I'm so grateful for the few people that are in here. Thank you for the thumbs up already and the likes on this video already. And y'all have no idea what the heck I'm going to say. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Greetings to everyone. What's up, Tim? How are you? Walaikum salam, William. What's up, Tuesday? Oh, it is Tuesday. April is here. Tatiana is here. Hello, sweetie pie face. What's up, dope girl, Kay? Dope gal, okay? And Natasha is here. Catherine is here. Danielle, hi, sweet lady and awesome chef. Alana is here. Tinjan, hi, sweetie pie. And Bliss Vibes, thank you for being in here. I really, really appreciate your attendance. It means a lot to me because oftentimes I talk astrology to myself. Or I have a few friends and a special sweetheart that absolutely loves what it is that comes through. So I have a few people to talk to, but it's great to talk to y'all. And I love questions. So if you want to engage in that way, please do so. Yo. I got a half a glass of orange juice and a lot of information that wants to come through. I have no village to talk to after this, which saddens me a little bit, to be truthful with you, because the village, the Wordlife Astrology Village is over. It was a 7-month stint, and I'm going to start it up in the next couple of months if you want to join us, all things astrology and spirituality. So I don't have a detailed rundown planned. However, how lucky are you for me to be able to want to tap in, and I mean, I said that kind of like in a Leo-teen way, although I am Cancer. Like, how lucky are you, motherfuckers, for being able to get this information that you ain't paying for? Mostly, how lucky are you? Because I'm so full with wanting to share with you that I'm going to give you a couple of details that I would normally give to the village. I'm going to give to y'all. Your girl is a little crazy and I talk to myself very often. So in any case, I want to share some of the details that's happening this week. I definitely want to share some of the downloads that I've been feeling, and then giving you a slight little rundown of what's going to happen right now. And then I'll pick about 2 people if you have your sun, your moon, and your rise. I'd like to read you real quick. In regards to these downloads that are happening, to be truthful with you, Spirit is on one. Spirit is absolutely on one. The times are incredibly not only divided right now, but divided in a sense in which, let me tell you, okay, here we go. I don't think the powers that be anticipated this divide to go the way in which it's going. Does anybody understand what I'm saying thus far? Yes, y'all, or hell no. Here's the deal. Hi, everybody that's rolling in. Hi, Tennille. What's going on, Daphne? I'm so glad you caught me live too. And Moni is here. Rob. Hi, Yaya. What's happening? Yeah, I'm sad about the village too. Mina. What's going on? Y'all know what I'm talking about so far? Okay, good. I got a couple of y'alls. Here's the deal. The divide that is going down. I think you know who the infamous they is, considered it to be a little bit more, well, a whole lot more financial, in which that's going down. The economic divide, the racial divide is absolutely a predictable card in which they want to play all the time. But did they understand the spiritual divide? Probably so, but I think it's going a little bit left. You know why? Because too many people are leaving the planet. Way too many people are leaving the planet in a way in which they don't want to deal with it. This is the way I see it. This is my page and this is my channel, so you can absolutely disagree with me if you like, but this is the way I feel. Some beautiful, beautiful souls are leaving the planet because there is a wonderful surge, a different switch of consciousness that's happening right now, in which that divide is taking place. Those are tired of living in the old consciousness, and or has done their due diligence, how you say it, right? They have done their job in that old consciousness, in that past consciousness, and they're like, I'm done. I'm out of here. I don't necessarily want to deal with what's coming up next, right? Which is not good or bad. It just is, because that's evolution. So there's an interesting space in which, and I was talking to my sweetheart about this. This is interesting space that's in between where we were like 25 years ago, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, separating our spiritual abilities and our consciousness, right? Now, squirrel, you can see all that shit happening in everybody's yoga. Everybody want to do yoga. Everybody want to be an astrologer. Everybody want to go do fucking Native American sweats. Everybody want to clean out, detoxify. And I'm not saying that it's not a beautiful thing. I'm saying it's incredibly trendy. So the trends that are happening feels like motherfuckers rushing on the express train. Do you know what that looks like? You don't have to be from New York to understand what that looks like. People running down the turnstile, jumping the turnstile, running down the steps, jumping the turnstile, trying to get on the express train, doing yoga, fucking detoxing, fasting, goddamn booty implants, all kinds of shit to make them look the part to cross over into the new consciousness. Are y'all with me? Y'all with me so far? I have a lot to say. So the bottom line is, like, there's a weird gap, in my opinion. Again, this is completely my opinion and what I've been seeing that Spirit's been dropping inside my mind's eye, right? Is that this is complete gap, right? Folks like us that are in this tribe, that are in this space of knowing that we're going to survive on some level, right, to that next consciousness, but have no idea where our feet are landing in this moment in time. Meaning the past is gone. There is nothing to stand on in the past consciousness. We're like in the motherfucking void. And oftentimes in that void between where we used to stand and where we're going, folks lose sight of who they are. Folks lose sight of the assignment. Folks want to hold on to the past because it was a ground and at least you stood on something. So what does that look like? Old habits, drugs, fucking addictions, or dudes, dicks, chicks, everybody that you know you left and that you have cleansed from, and or have convinced yourself of the fact that they're no longer a part of your life. That vibration is no longer a part of who you are. You're following me? So when you panic and get desperate and get fearful and realize, squirrel, but not really, let's put Pluto into play. Remember, there's 5 goddamn planets right now in an asteroid going retrograde in this moment in time. Pluto being one of them deals with what? Death. So if death is in the reverse, Pluto is in the reverse, and we're in this goddamn gap, motherfuckers gonna want to die. Motherfuckers gonna want to die. When motherfuckers are gonna die, people are gonna want to transform their lives while they're in the void. That's scary as hell, y'all. Are y'all following me? to be in that void with all of these planets going retro for good reason, so we can continue to clean out and we can continue to float like particles to that next conscious space, right? But people who are used to being in control, people who are used to jumping on the trends, people who just want to follow and not their own leaders, people who do not know how to surrender and relax to the shift in the consciousness, people who are going back to what they used to deal with, only because it's a ground that they can stand on and it can be solid enough for them to make a decision, are going backwards. You understand what I'm saying? It's very scary being in that space when you don't know where the fuck you going. We do not know where we're going, but I guarantee you on some level or not is what I've been feeling. It's better than where we've come from, y'all. It just looks very, very unpredictable and people are freaking out. Pause. Please don't freak out. It's very, very sad, and God bless his soul that Michael K. passed on. It's very, very sad that all of these beautiful, beautiful people are leaving the planet because they're done. Because they're done and do not know how to transfer, in my opinion, to this new consciousness. It's all right. We got what they had to give. There's nothing to be sad about. And it's nothing to boo-hoo over, because life and death is natural. Transition is necessary. But we're here. You and I right now, as I talk to you live, everybody on here right now, as I talk to you live, we're here. Which means we have some type of decision to make in order to move on in our lives, to do the very best that we can do with what it is that we have, to enjoy the void, to absolutely surrender into that shit, and to claim unto yourself, I will not go back, because going back makes me look like Sonia terms. This is how I speak, y'all. Sometimes I'm not really too vocabulary, like, even though I went to Hampton, I graduated, I got a degree, I'm real hella smart. But sometimes I got to get to the simple motherfucking words. If you go back, you look like a punk. If you go back, if you want to hold on to that fear, and I'm not saying that we all haven't done it, because we've been crying crocodile tears. We've been crying heavy tears, not fake, but we've been crying heavy tears. We've been trying to get through this. I'm not minimizing the pain that you are currently going through. I'm not minimizing the void that you're feeling and how scared you are about that shit. But what I'm telling you in my own way is, don't go back. Don't be that punk. Don't be that motherfucker who will not trust in God, and just as important, won't trust in yourself. You don't trust in you? You don't trust in you that you stayed alive and you have breath for this particular reason, is to move forward into a new consciousness, so you can do what? Live better. So you can do what? Teach better. So you can do what? Enjoy the children. Grab the children. Prepare another space and time, so you can do what? Tell they to fuck off. You know why? Because they never had control. Even though we allow them to have this economic control, that we allow them to divide and redline our fucking cities, we allow them to take our babies, we allow them. Why? Because we haven't been forthright in this new consciousness that's coming along. We haven't been sitting in that, in some real true shit. You understand? So we allowed on some level for them to do what they do. Now, listen, there could be a whole bunch of people that can sit here and fucking debate me on some facts, on some goddamn historical percentages and all kinds of shit. All right, pull out the logic, pull out the rationale. Let's see how history has played itself. And I bet you the common denominator of that whole shit is that we haven't been so inclusively, like, snapped in to our higher consciousness, that we kept giving away our fucking power. We didn't do that centuries ago when these motherfuckers came over and they took our hearts. We didn't do that when we had fucking empires upon empires upon empires on this wonderful continent of Africa, in the middle of Latin America, when all of these beautiful people were thriving and sharing and trading with one another. Yes, they were fighting, but on some healthy, like, jungle fighting. You come across my line, I'm gonna eat your fucking foot. That kind of fight. Not coming and taking and colonizing and ripping people's hearts apart and purposely changing their consciousness and putting psychological warfare on other people so they can be what? Powerful in their motherfucking eyes. Take your power back. Enjoy this motherfucking void that's happening right now. and pull back. If you got to rest, if you got to cry, if you got to be ghost, if you got to turn your phone off and stop allowing people to come and infiltrate your space, if you have to put up some serious prison motherfucking wall boundaries, do that for the sake of saving your soul so your consciousness can rise up into your higher self and get you to that next plateau where we're going. Now, astrologically speaking, we was talking about this too. I told you I'm on one. Astrologically speaking, we are in the North Node in Gemini, right? We're about to go North Node in Taurus. So me and Sandrine was talking about this the other day. That North Node in Taurus is going to put us back to one. Why? Because we're going from North Node. If y'all didn't know, North Node is the purpose. North Node is the trajectory. North Node is the arrow point that leads us. It's a moon node, meaning that it's a configuration in the sky led by the moon's adjustments. Okay, so basically, it's the arrow of where we're going. So presently, if the North Node is in Gemini, we've been led by Gemini energy. I think I've mentioned this once or twice on previous videos, but it's good to repeat this sense because it falls in line with where we're at. Trust this shit. Please trust, not me, but trust what the universe is saying. Trust what the energetic flow is saying. So we're in North Node Gemini, and we're sitting there trying to break down information because that's what Gemini does. Utilizes information, negotiates, talk shit. You understand what I'm saying? Keep things superficial, gather people. You understand what I mean? Gemini also, there's a bunch of different things that Gemini does. But what it's calling us for us to do right now is to utilize our mental prowess to get through a thing, to see ourselves through it, see yourself through it. That's what Gemini energy does. It's like I may not be able to have the physical prowess like a lot of fire signs, but Gemini says I can see it through because my mental ability and the fact that I can flip shit and the fact that I'm mutable through my mind can go through that shit, then I'm going to make a thing happen. Now bust it. Sometimes that Gemini North Node energy can freak a few people out. It can, because it's wide, compartmentalized, and it's multiple. It's all over the place. But where we're going, so that's what we're feeling now. In the midst of the consciousness being broken up, and we're going to a new space and time. We're in that fucking void with North Node Gemini, freaking everybody out, saying, which train do I catch? Should I go to the L, to the A, to the goddamn G, is it a G train? I don't know. Should I go to the fucking 1, to 2, to 3, to 4, to 6, to 7? Where am I going? To Queens or goddamn Yonkers? Where am I going in this moment in time? Gemini, North Node, bunch of compartments. But when we get to that North Node in Taurus, at the end of this year, it brings us back down. Boom, boom. Back down to one. Why? To the earth, to the element of stability, of quality. You understand? Of being methodical with our thoughts. Now those scattered thoughts that North Node Gemini had us in is coming together to be methodical and plan out some type of strategy on where we're going next. And it feels good. It's baked in quality because Taurus don't deal with nothing but fucking quality. It's baked in quality. It's baked in devotion. It's baked in loyalty. It's baked in coming together and sealing those that matter and those that have survived. Boom, back to one. So if we're here and if we're living and if in this moment in time we're floating and we don't necessarily have hold of the people, the situations, the money, the opportunities just yet, keep floating. Because as we're floating and as we're giving trust to what it is that we're doing and where we're going, that North Node goes into Taurus, it will solidify. Before you know it, you turn around and be like, God damn, I'm with my tribe. Oh shit, how did I end up here? How did I end up with these beautiful people? How did I end up with this money in my pocket? How and why? Because you relaxed and you let it happen. Sometimes you have to let shit happen. We can't fight motherfuckers that are hell bent on staying back. Don't fight them, y'all. Don't fight your family. Don't fight your friends. Don't fight the strangers on the street. Don't fight the motherfucking government. Fuck them motherfuckers. On the real, fuck them. In a sense where you can't give them power any longer. And I'm not saying don't fight for policies and laws. Don't get my words twisted. Hear where I'm coming from in my heart. You cannot give up your heart for the sake of saving a bunch of people. Why? Because we need you. because your higher consciousness is what's going to save not only you, fool, but everybody in the community. So pull back, float in the void for a minute, please. Understand why you're here, please. I'm not saying don't look towards the community, because the age of Aquarius is upon us. But as we're in the age of Aquarius and we have to pay attention, I said this 1,000 times, and we have to pay attention to our community, we got to know what the fuck we're bringing. We got to know how strong we are so we can make the community strong. We just can't come together and be like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You got mayonnaise? I got mayonnaise. There's 5 people that got mayonnaise. How you got 5 people that have mayonnaise coming together in the community when there's no goddamn bread? Who's going to get strong enough to make the fucking bread? And you got to pull back sometime in order to know that you can make bread. You got to pull back sometimes in order to figure out how you can go get the pickles. God damn, I got to climb all over the mountains to get the pickles in order to add to the community. Y'all hear my metaphors and my understanding? I speak passionately today because I'm very, very, very hell-bent on keeping myself alive and doing my best in the knowledge that I have to keep you alive. Just one little sense, man. Just one little, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to ever meet me. You can say, fuck Sonya, I don't give a hell what she says. But if there's some information, there's some energy that comes through my body in this moment in time that hits you because of the light of God, because I pray before I get on here, then yo, take it and run, man. Take it and run and save yourself, save your family. Please forgive me if I'm a little over preaching and I feel like I'm on a soapbox today. And I'm thanking y'all for the wise. I feel y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, y'all the dopest. You know, I didn't really pay attention to them daggone comments because I get a little sidetracked. But I'm unnerved. I'm unnerved by it makes me a little like verklempt and unnerved because I want so much for us to win. I see people's hearts before I see their bodies. I see people's spirit before I see their smiles. And it's bugging me the fuck out that so many beautiful people are allowing themselves to be taken based on our trauma and how we were raised. I'm not saying they're not for valid reasons, but that spirit in this beautiful person that I see doesn't take hold of the wheel. This is how we do it, astrologically speaking. Look at all of these reverse planets that are bellied up. Uranus and Jupiter and Pluto and Saturn and Neptune. Look at all of these beautiful planets and Mercury about to come. So it's going to be 6 planets and another asteroid. I forget what the other asteroid is. I want to say either Pallas or fucking, it's not Chiron. It's another asteroid that's belly up. But the bottom line is that when you have major planets like this, like I've been saying, belly up, you're going to feel like you want to leave. You're going to feel like you're caught in the muck. You're going to feel like nothing that you're doing is right. Why? Because you're caught. But find the eye in the storm, y'all. Find that little piece of peace, that little piece of quiet, that little piece of understanding who you are, of that little piece of that boy or that girl, right? That had a moment when they were 6, 7, 10 years old, in which nothing else mattered because that little boy had what? Like a little truck, a little Tonka truck in the corner. And all of a sudden in your imagination, these wonderful sounds were coming over you. You know, the city sounds. Why? Because you had the truck and your truck was going through the city and the fucking firemen were waving at you. Your imagination, your beautiful imagination, that peace that little boy sat there playing with that fucking Tonka truck. The piece that little girl had at 8 years old. If you play with dolls, maybe dolls was your thing. If not, maybe art was your thing. That piece, all of a sudden, this whole fucking cocoon-like thing comes over you, propelled by your imagination to what? Purposely make you peaceful. That's what children did. That's what we did. We found peace in the little bit of corner of the world that we had. Why? Because it reminds us of where we came from. It reminds us of home. This ain't home, y'all. It reminds us of going home. It reminds us of being home. We have that ability. We are still spiritual beings living in this crazy ass human existence. But the intelligence of the human is supposed to take what it is that we feel in our consciousness and our higher consciousness and put that shit out. Give that to people. Share that. Love people. Stay away from the fear of it all. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I've been raised to believe that a little bit of fear is good. Fuck that shit. A little bit of fear is not good. Fear is not normal. Fear is not good. Fear is control. You want to whoop a child to make them control you so you can control them? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I was beat. I was whipped. A lot of us were. Stay with this concept, though. Not just about beating the child. Stay with the whole control aspect of fear. It's not enough to say, oh, a little bit of fear is good. It propels us. It can be if that's your get down. But shake that shit just as soon as you got your courage. As soon as you get that shit. Don't use it as a pill and always want to go back to the fear in order to muster up some strength. No, ma'am, no, sir. I know I'm on a goddamn tangent right now, y'all, but I swear to God, all this stuff is living inside of me sometimes. And I need to take a break from social media. I need to take a break from trendy ass motherfuckers talking some wild ass shit. Again, I'm doing my best not to judge, but not everything is true out there. Because people have an agenda. I have to take a break. And when I take a break, all of this shit comes through. Good God, if I've been talking 26 minutes straight. Oh Lord. Are y'all with me? Please give me a likes on this goddamn what you call this? YouTube. Give me a likes. I appreciate that. So YouTube know I'm doing my goddamn job. I really, 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 really would. And here's the deal. Those likes too bring our tribe together. We can't do nothing without one another. And a big part of that is that a lot of us believe that we are alone in this thought. That we are completely alone. Hi, Mary Hill. I got your email, honey bun. I just got it this morning. I'm going to send you something so we can get that going. All right. Hi, Christina. I'm really hyped, y'all. I swear to God, every cell in my body is on fire right now. Because I rock with us. I roll for us. I'm like, let's get this happening. Okay, let's talk about some details. Fuck this shit. All right. The new moon is Scorpio. The new moon in Virgo was yesterday, absolutely, at 8:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm a little particular about that. I can't stand when people want to say, oh, all day is the new moon. It is because of the vibration, but I like specifics, especially when it comes to the moon, because the moon is no joke. The moon is no joke. The moon regulates. It's the rhythm. It's the beat, as we were saying yesterday, me, my sweetheart. It's the rhythm of the world. Right. So figure out when that rhythm is hitting precisely what it needs to on the one. Ba-dum. You understand? 8:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time was that new moon in Virgo. Okay. New moon, as we already know, because we've been doing this thing for a minute. New moon, new beginnings, new vibrations, ushering the newness of the energy of the sign. In Virgo, new details, new logic that you want to rock with, new service-oriented information situations that you want to get involved with. How do you lend yourself volunteer-wise? How do you become more serene, more calm? How do you find the newness in whatever perfect sense that you have for yourself? Now, that sounds all convoluted and shit. But the bottom line is that sometimes perfection looks like one way for one person, and then it can switch and look like another way for another person, almost like simplicity. Like some people will go, oh, I have a fucking dream of being a millionaire and living in a mansion. If that's what you want to do, cool. If that's what your perfect site is, cool. However, maybe you want to switch and get a new sense of perfection is where I'm trying to go with this new moon in Virgo in this particular meaning. You can get this new sense of perfection by being simple as fuck. By pulling back and surrendering. Now bust this. With all of that said, new moon in Virgo and its new vibration of bringing in everything that's Virgo, how is that going to hit you in your life? It is also aspecting at the same time yesterday, and it's still rolling, Uranus going reverse in the most harmonious way. Why? Because Uranus is in Taurus and new moon Virgo. That's a trine. Are y'all getting me? Can you bless me, Sonia? Well, Miss Woods, you can bless your goddamn self, baby. But yeah, I give you love. I give you light right now to your heart. But understand this, you are your own healer, sweetie pie. You are your own healer. Bless yourself. That's what I try to teach. Don't rely on any human being, including Sonia Marie. Bless yourself. Okay, back to what I was saying. But I love you. So listen, check it out. Uranus has to do with change, rebellion. When Uranus goes, that's what I say. Okay, all right. Oh, I see what you're saying. These downloads are giving us a blessing. I can't stand goddamn chats and talk sometimes because I missed the whole meaning. I got your intention. I got it, baby. All right. Uranus is about change. It's about rebellion. Uranus is about allowing the rebel in you to come out, allowing switch. Oh, get it together, Sonia. Allowing quick, dramatic change to happen in order for what? Your outsides to match up with your insides. Now, it excites me on so many levels that this is what's going on in the midst of so many other things. But with this new moon, and where does that new moon fall for you in Virgo? In what house, right? With this new moon, these new opportunities hitting Uranus, an opportunity to see, to start, to begin to regulate on some level, on a very practical level, because Virgo is earth and it's incredibly practical, on where you need to go in order to match your insides up with your outsides. That sounds very general, but it's incredibly hard to do. Why? Because you still got to go to the barbecue with your drunk ass uncle in which you don't drink anymore. Y'all get what I'm saying? Sometimes you won't be able to match your outsides up with your insides. However, some never, you got to walk into the barbecue like, don't nobody offer me a drink because I'm new and improved. So what happens is that your outsides will begin to match your insides based on the energy that you reverberate. You can't change your uncle from drinking. That motherfucker is going to be who he's going to be. But I bet you he won't come up in your face for longer than 5 minutes. Why? Because your outside is beginning to match your insides. You don't have to sit down and just take a drink because he's inviting you to take a drink. That's not matching up what's going on. You are changing. You are changing. So why can't you change what's going on around you to match that change? It's gonna make you look special. It's gonna make you look bougie. It's gonna make you look like you change way too much. It's gonna make you look like you better than everybody. Well, goddamn it, maybe you are better in this moment in time. There's no competition. Everybody can get better. You just happen to get better right now. The point of the matter is it's not as easily done than it is said to change your outsides and allow it to match your insides. You know why? Because your insides are still that little boy with the Tonka trunk. Your insides are still that little girl with her doll, sitting there with her imagination. That's the insides that we're trying to match up. The peace that we need in our life, the serenity that we need in our life, the practical wherewithal. The scheduling, the things that the disciplines. Thank you, Spirit. The disciplines that we need in order to make our life work for us in a simple way. That's how we match. We begin to match our outsides with our insides. What does that look like? Ooh, that looks like you taking back that Louis bag, bitch. That's what that looks like, because you're not as materialistic as you pretend yourself to be. That means you don't have to wash your car every goddamn day for you to look like, you got money and you the fucking cat's meow. No, because why? You honestly, as that boy with the Tonka truck, don't care about that shit. Are y'all hearing what I'm really hearing what I'm saying? You're really hearing what I'm saying. Yes, y'all. When you're matching up your insides, you're matching up the purest space of who you are. This new moon in Virgo is promoting that. Hitting Uranus going, okay, what you gonna do now, Hammer? What you gonna do? How far you gonna go to really represent who the fuck you are? How far are you gonna do it? I have to say something and I want to share. My prayer has been to open up my heart. And I have a big old heart. But oftentimes my heart is not as open because I'm from Yonkers. I'm watching you. What you doing? What you say? But here's the deal. That little girl in me, And again, I'm just sharing an example so y'all can see where I'm coming from without getting too deep in my business, because y'all ain't gonna know me like that. I'm just saying. But this is some real shit though. And I don't mind sharing this though. The bottom line is, I know that as a full spirit, as a full being that needs to do God's work, I got to open up that heart back where I was when I was 6 years old and everybody looked so beautiful. I can be discerning. I can watch motherfuckers because I know people are not all where I come from. But I don't have to be reactionary, and I don't have to close up just because you closed up and you look ugly. I don't have to. I can just politely move you out my way without feeling butthurt or emotional. Are y'all hearing me? Are y'all really, really hearing me? That's what that new moon in Virgo hitting Uranus did for us yesterday. Now, I was told to highlight a couple of different positions for y'all. Like I said at the top of this, 30 minutes, 35 minutes ago? Lord of mercy. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate y'all so much. Hi, Lucinda. How are you? I'm gonna pick out, like I said a little while ago, I'm gonna treat y'all like the village a little bit and give y'all a couple of details. That being one of them, that's what I would have said on the village. I mean, in the YouTube anyway. Oh no, hold on. I don't know who that is, people. So here's the deal. Another detail that I want to pick out, which I highlighted and I asterisked. I was like, okay, God, you talking, huh? What's today? Oh, yesterday, the end of Monday. Mars was quincunxing Jupiter going reverse. I put no need to get aggressive or desperate about blessings that are coming through. Purpose is looking for you. I swear to goodness, when I wrote purpose is looking for you, like I started sweating because I put the little asterisk there and was like, okay, spirit is talking. Purpose is looking for you. That's what happens when you're in that void, when you're in that space of coming from the 80s consciousness to the next future consciousness, right? When you're in this little void or whatever, right? You have no idea what to do. The more you surrender, the more purpose finds you. What's that planet? Fucking Jupiter. It's not purpose, but it's about blessings. We was talking about this yesterday. Oftentimes, have you ever experienced this? Ask yourself this. Those moments where you're trying to manifest something. We was talking about this the other day. When you try to manifest something and you sitting back going, I wish. Let me call. Let me send out an email. Let me, bug this person about this, in order to get to a goal, in order to write for Essence, in order to write a book, I'm just speaking shit in my life, right? And you put out these little, hell bent, like fucking SOS, like I need help. And sometimes things don't come. Sometimes they don't move as quickly. That's what that Jupiter, quincunx, and Mars was about. It's like, Mars is about movement and aggression, aggravation, determination. Jupiter's about the blessings, that irritation. That quincunx is like, you don't need to push the river on finding your blessings. Your blessings are looking for you. But because we're so hell-bent on trying to do something, go somewhere, desperate as fuck because things are changing and people are changing around us, and we literally feel like we're on the last lifeboat. We feel like that. I get that shit. But what happens if you jump in the water and just swim, bitch? What happens if you jump in the water and your face is to the sky and you just float on your back for a good 2 days? I'm saying, and the freaking blessing finds you. That is something to think about and not get irritated by when it's not coming as quickly. Are y'all hearing me? Like, really? Another situation that's happening this week. That's too much. We're not going to talk about that. Okay, so on Wednesday, the moon is trining. I like that. It's trining Saturn going reverse. Work. So maybe you'll wake up Wednesday and feel like I need to do this work. And not only are you working, the moon is going to be in Libra and it's going to conjunct what's that planet? Mercury. So on Wednesday, the moon in Libra is trining Saturn in Aquarius, which is going retrograde. That's a beautiful thing because now we're back to our mind, and that works with what? That North Node in Gemini, so we don't feel so goddamn crazy. North Node in Gemini is taking us all through all these compartments, information all over the place. But on Wednesday, that moon, our emotions, is trining Saturn, which is about work for the community because it's in Aquarius. What kind of work you going to do for the community? Get yourself together. And then allow what it is that you learn and what you created to slowly seep out to those that want it, need it. reciprocated. You did on a mental level, that air sign level of sharing ideas and information. You did. This is beautiful. And then on Wednesday, also that moon is in conjunction to Mercury. Mercury is how we think, how we process information. It's our intellect. It's our strategy. So that means the moon in Libra will be in alignment with how we think. Understanding and acceptance of information and what's said. You need to believe in the justice. Believe in the justice of your goddamn self. I gives a hell about what they say and about their laws and the shit that they want to change and regulate. Believe in the justice within yourself. That sounds so ambiguous, incredibly poetic, because I am a poet, but I want you to think about that. If you believe in you, if you trust in you, if you are fair with you, everything around you becomes that. We've been dealing in such an opposite rhythm, allowing our outsides to dictate what it is that we do, to make us important. It's time to switch that. And we are switching it. We are switching. We're just lost oftentimes. Because where do we stand? You better stand with your own spirit. You better stand with your own angels and ancestors and guides. As I was writing this, and I put a little sign up or a little note. It says, find the eye of the storm. Stay in the eye of the storm. But also, because I'm trying not to give you too many details because it's a run-on kind of sentence and I don't want to lose too many of y'all. Probably lost one or two. But here's the deal. Because a lot of these aspects this week is one thing that I look at. Have been happening or will happen in the morning. Spirit also said, get yourself geared up in the morning. In the morning. You may not be a morning person, but if you're not a morning person, you do have a morning. You wake up at some point, whether it's 12 noon or 2 in the afternoon, that's morning for you. So the bottom line is that when you wake up, when you say hello to the sun, a lot of these aspects, and they're different aspects in which I'm not going to go through, are actually powering us up to see why things are going retrograde, to see why we are floating in the void. Do yourself a favor, please, and I swear I will join you. Every morning this week, if you don't say a prayer, in which that's your typical ritual, if you do say a prayer, add something else onto it. But create a ritual for yourself this week. Power yourself up in the morning, because just like a good glass of orange juice and a healthy breakfast and some good music with no TV can come along and say, this is how your day is going to be, is what Spirit wants to do for us this week, because there's a new vibration that's coming through that's allowing us to float and find the eye of the storm and promoting that surrender. And if we don't connect with that surrender, again, we're going to freak the fuck out. Spirit says the aspects that are happening this week is happening, a lot of very important ones are happening in the morning. Power yourself up in the morning, in your waking hours, so your day can be what it is that you started with. Does that make sense to y'all? Please create a ritual for yourself. Don't do it because I said. Put it on somebody else. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you say you came up with it. It don't matter. I don't have ego like that. I can give a fuck. Do what you need to do for yourself to power up yourself in the morning. So one of the aspects in the morning that's going down, let's just talk about that thing. How about that? I did not mean to pick up on that, but hey, let's go. Thursday, the moon is going to square Pluto, going reverse. No need to go too deep if you cannot understand the path. Pluto's power is do the thing or else. Ooh, fucking we. So on Thursday, 43 minutes. I've been here for a long time. So on Thursday, right, if that moon is squaring Pluto, our need to find justice within ourselves, to be fair within ourselves, because the moon will be in Libra. It's squaring Pluto, which is in Capricorn, as it goes reverse. Pluto is saying, I don't give a fuck what your little moon and your little heart is going through right now. You want to find justice and you want to be fair about some things, moon and Libra. But right now, we are going to expose the need to transform and to grab your power back. It's not going to look as fair and just as you would like it to be for yourself and for everybody else. It might look a little ugly. So if you're powering up on that Thursday morning and you're saying to yourself, all right, I know there's going to be some power struggles. I know there's going to be some superiority that's going to come around my way. I know some people are going to try to throw me off my square. When they throw you off your square, allow wherever the push it is to take you. So you will learn what that feels like. I'm not saying go. I'm not saying leave. I'm not saying die. I'm saying take a little bit of the hit and go. That's what you want me to do? You feeling so powerful and so froggy like that? Let me question your superiority, or your own for that matter. Sonia, that's what you really want to do? You want to flex your muscles because of what? Examine the shit when that happens. Why? Because if you don't, with that moon on Thursday squaring Pluto, that's a fight. That's an argument. That's a blow up. That's a building fucking blow up. That's World Trade Centers coming down. Because who wants to expose their power that they don't have? Pluto going reverse. And then have to be told you got to be fair about it. You're not being nice about it. We should emote and go crazy about it. No, should we? That's like some punking situation. Oh, you're a punk. I am 4'11", trying to squeeze and kind of throw up a little uppercut. Yeah, Pluto will get mad like that, but you don't have to. Pluto can sit back and be like, all right, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. I'm going to see where that belongs. I'm going to see how much I need to do such and such and such and such. I get that. Okay, cool. I've been acting like okay, cool. Let me sit with that. Understand what that power dynamic is about in the morning on Thursday. It will change the rest of your week. Trust and believe. Just listen for a minute. People just want to be heard, and people want to be understood. And so do you, for that matter. So before you blow up with that Pluto shit in reverse and you get your feelings hurt, listen and see where you can correct yourself in this void. There's lessons in this void. There's surrender in this void. There's power up and muscle building in this void. There's love, endless, unconditional love in this void. People don't know it because it looks like conditions from the past life and from the past situations, but it's not. Unconditional lovers are finding unconditional lovers because we're tired. We're tired of loving and being up on people with conditions. We really, really are. A lot of us are. So surrender to that and open up your heart. And you don't have to power struggle any longer, truthfully, because you know who the fuck you are. Why you got to prove it? That's where the struggle comes from. Bust this. And then I'm going to be done because I'm talking way too much. I was supposed to do the goddamn sun and moon and rise. I'm going to do one person because this is way too much information. Too much time, rather. Venus in Scorpio, 4:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. We gotta love when Venus. Let me say something about Scorpio energy. And Scorpio energy gets a bad motherfucking rap, y'all. It just gets a bad rap. And I'm kind of over it. I'm really, really over it. Please don't ask me any dumb questions about Scorpios being highly sexual and, oh my God, they're so dark and mysterious. Yeah, they're all of that shit. And I am a Cancer and I am defending my water compadre. But I'm only doing that for a position in a position where, like I was saying to my sweetheart, listen, there's Scorpio in everybody. There's Virgo in everybody. There's in everybody. There's Sagittarius, and every sign is in your chart and affecting you in some kind of way because it's in your chart, right? So if you're not liking Scorpio energy, if you're running from Scorpio energy, you're running from certain aspects of yourself. Aren't you tired? So listen, Venus going into Scorpio has everything to do with things that you desire, things that you value, things that are of quality, things that you love, how you want to be loved, your money, your coins. This is all Venus, right? Passion. And Scorpio going deep. Let's go deep, diving into the heart to discover treasures that may be masked by drama. We can overcome this and we can locate the love and the value in any valley, i.e. Ian Levinzan. We can locate the love and the value in any valley. I love God. I love our universe. I love this information coming to get us and showing us where to go and leading us on if you are understanding of it. Venus in Scorpio was like, y'all been cleaning off? You've been dusting all those reverse planets? You've been seeing what you need to do? Now let's dive into that shit. Not only are we going to dive into that, we're going to find what's hiding. We're going to find the treasures because Scorpio is dope for that. Scorpio goes places that people don't want to go. Why? Because folks are scared. Scorpio's not scared to go deep diving. It's not scared to see the underbelly. It's not scared to see the darkness. There are so many treasures in the darkness. You understand what I'm saying? When it's in Venus, it's like treasures, value, money, love, go there. Go there for a little while, y'all, on Friday when that Venus jumps into Scorpio. It's leading us into Scorpio season soon and very soon, after Libra season, of course. But it's prepping us to see why we have gone deep, why we discovered, again, the dark sides of our personality and what we're afraid of and why we shouldn't be afraid of them. Why we've been treating a lot of our fears like the boogeyman. The boogeyman ain't real. You know, that was just your teddy bear with your hat on top of it, sitting in the corner in the dark. Come on now, but you put the light on just so you wouldn't be scared. You knew it wasn't real in the first place. That's what Scorpio says. Go discover what it is. Don't be a punk. Find out. All right, I'm over it. That took a lot of energy out of me, y'all, and I really appreciate it. I'm going there with you. I didn't understand that, I should say, I didn't assume that all those downloads were going to come, but it got me really, really hot. Oh, by the way, Saturday is a really good day. The moon is sextile in the sun on Saturday. The moon is trining Neptune in reverse on Saturday. The moon is sextile in Pluto, got that power back. And now you're going to celebrate that thing. Before it was squaring it. Now it's highlighting it. Come on now. There is, the moon is definitely squaring Jupiter. You have to remind yourself that the blessings are here. Don't trip out. But Saturday is a good day to stay in good vibration. Vibrations, high vibrations. As long as you keep yourself in high vibrations, you can travel through this void. Surrender into it with high vibrations. I'm not saying put your fucking blinders on. That's a whole nother dynamic. I'm not saying be in denial. Watch what's happening, but stay in high vibration. Okay. That's it. I appreciate you, Empress Ella. Thank you for being here. This Jackie. I'm just going to stay right there. Jackie has a sun in Aries, the moon in Capricorn, and a Gemini rise. That's a different combination I haven't seen. I haven't read too many Aries people on here, so that's a good example. Yo, the sun in Aries being my square, sometimes I have a hard time understanding. Squirrel, if you study astrology, you probably will have a hard time studying, or I should say, understanding one sign or another, because it's probably a dark spot in your life. I will admit that there were times where Aries was a dark spot in my life because I didn't understand why Aries is so goddamn hell-bent on getting everything done at once. But it's a blessing at the same time. Why? Because Aries are the self-starters. Aries are the risk takers. Aries are the initiators. Aries are the courageous ones. Aries is like, yo, I'll get it done regardless of what anybody else will do. You understand what I'm saying? Aries are, they take imagination and they fly with it. Aries is really, really sweet when it wants to be because it understands and it celebrates the individual in people. Aries loves the individuals in people, like the differences in people, right? So much so, if it's off kilter and a little imbalanced, they become very, very self-centered, and they only do they only do things that benefit them. That's that Aries energy. However, some never. This is what the part that gets me, Jackie. That sun who's who you are. That's the core you. Your rising is Gemini. Your rising brings the fun. Now, this is interesting. Why? Because so I look at the rising as your gate, right? Your defense. It's what comes up when you're afraid. So if Aries is mulling through the world as you are, courageous and ready to go, and then there's a problem. There's an instant problem. Here comes that Gemini energy that wants to do what? Dismiss it on some level. Talk shit about it on some level. Claim to not understand it. Ooh, that's a classic Gemini rising move. Oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, I don't know. And not because it's in denial like Virgo, it's because it doesn't understand and it gets snarky. If the information is not present, it's like, y'all don't give a fuck about what y'all doing because I don't get it. So you don't want to spend time to get it? No, I'd rather not. So with that kind of attitude on the rise, in which That kind of attitude on the rise in combination with that Aries, it works well together, but that Aries follows it up with a little bit of fever. You following me? With a little bit of fighter in it, the confrontational spirit of Aries. And then Gemini's like, fuck it, whatever it is. As superficial as it may be, I don't give a fuck. I can't prove it right now, so I don't understand you. With attitude, with a switch, right? On the plus side, Gemini rise definitely invites a whole lot of information. It's very, very curious, incredibly intellectual, keeps things surface where it doesn't go too deep at times for us to get caught in our emotions for way too long. Gemini rising is good for that. Let's just keep the party going. We'll figure it out later, right? Let's change up, be mutable as possible, and we'll figure out everything that we need to figure out along the way. And 9 times out of 10, it works out for Gemini rising people. You just have to, Gemini rise has to understand that you have to tap into your emotions a little bit before you get caught in a space where nothing matters. And I say that to say, and hopefully this beautiful young lady, Jackie, understands where I'm coming from. Because the emotions is tricky for that moon in Capricorn. So you have the Aries, that's the fighter, the snarky Gemini negotiator, talk shit, multiplicitude type of worker. It comes up when you get fearful, when you protect yourself. And then what cuts through is that moon in Capricorn, who has no time to cry, who has no time to emote, and could absolutely oftentimes fall into a deep ass depression. Moon and Capricorn people have that way of falling into a deep, deep depression. Why? Because Capricorn energy deals with success, with ambition, with reaching the top, with planning some things, with being highly, highly hell-bent on winning, that when it feels like it cannot win, it slides into a space of recognizing that it fucked up somewhere along the line. And in actuality, it probably didn't fuck up. It was just the season. It wasn't your time, right? And you need time to emote. Squirrel. Capricorn energy is opposite of Cancer energy. Your opposite has what the other one doesn't. So if Cancer is noted for being incredibly emotional and crybabies, that some like to plague us to be, Capricorn is just as opposite. But let me tell you about holding your motherfucking tears. You become a goddamn iceberg and you don't allow feelings to flow through you. So if the Aries in you, sweetheart, which is an absolute square to your moon in Capricorn, they're going back and forth and they're challenging you. And the Aries just wants to go forward, but the moon in Capricorn doesn't want to emote. That's a hard breaking time right there. At some point, you're going to have to cry. At some point, the Gemini rising, you can't just dismiss shit and fuck it off and keep things superficial and think about it and over intellectualize it and put reasons on for whatever it is that you're doing. You're going to have to cry. You're going to have to let it go. So you cannot slide into that depression, my love. And I'm not putting that on you. You could be the happiest person in the world right now. I'm just saying that when you feel like these times have come up for you, Jackie, do yourself a favor and find a reason to cry so you can move the river, so you can move the waves, so you can snap back into the ambitious space that you have with that moon in Capricorn necessary for you to fucking to succeed, and for that Gemini rise to give you that producer's edge, and for that Aries to give you that courage. Damn, I hope that made sense to you. All right. You've been doing a whole lot of crying. I'm so glad. That made me happy. That really, really made me happy. I'm glad you have been, Jackie. I'm going to go, y'all. I'm absolutely going to go because this is actually one of the longest lives I've done in a really long time. I kind of don't because I'm really hyped. At the same time, I know y'all tired of hearing me. Any questions real quick? Hi, Sonia Cummins. I'm glad you're here. The blue magic. Oh, shit. I don't know how to pronounce whatever you put up there, sweetie pie. Hi, how are you, though? Danny B, what's happening with you? Ooh, morning. Pisces, Gemini rise, Gemini sun. I think that's something right there. That's something to talk about. You're so welcome. You're absolutely welcome, Tatiana. I'm about to write a poem on this live. I want to see it. I absolutely want to see it. It's absolutely necessary. I'm going to say one thing. Oh, magician. That's not. I just added oh, okay, the Blue Magician. Thank you for clearing that up. I'm doing well, thank you. Life is moving forward. I'm happy to be alive, and I'm happy to be part of this time. It's a very incredible time to adjust to and to breathe through. But I don't think I would want to be anyplace else. This is what we this is what we've been waiting for. This is absolutely what we've been waiting for, to prove to ourselves how goddamn strong we are. And not just like resilient strong, but like internally strong, knowing what it is that we stand on. Oh, thank you, Tatiana. You understand what I mean? I want to say something to that sister with the Gemini moon. Is it Gemini? Yeah, Gemini moon. I'm sorry, Gemini sun and rise, but Pisces moon. So you know that's a square, right? You know Gemini and Pisces is a square. One thing, that Gemini, I'm sorry, that Pisces moon makes you incredibly psychic. If you don't attest to that now, or I should say believe that now, when you were younger, you definitely remember. You used to see spirits, you used to see people around you, used to be in tune incredibly. Here's the deal, is that we act out our moon signs when we're young. All of us do. So when you're in that Pisces moon energy and it squares your Gemini and your Gemini rising, who you are, it can make you feel a little unnerved. Why? Because that Pisces moon is ambiguous. That Pisces feeling, that moon, that big old heart is nebulous. It's not something that you can touch. It's not something that you can make definite. You understand? I did say I was going to go, didn't I? It's not something that you can touch and make definite. You understand? But your rising, your Gemini rise and sun needs facts. It needs information. It goes against the nebulous feel. So you begin to fight yourself on the inside. Here's the best thing about that. The best thing is utilize both. We don't have to cancel out one part of ourselves because it doesn't agree with the other part of ourselves. It's like relationships. You fart all day and night, but am I going to stop loving you because you're a farter? And it's not, unless that's a goddamn deal breaker for me. But at the end of the day, some things you just need to accept. Accept the fact that you are a heady person, that you are very superficial, but also accept the fact that you can connect with people deeply, and utilize that connection to go then find the information that Gemini energy wants to support. Let them work together, not against one another. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Enjoy yourself. After an hour, 2 minutes and 10 seconds, I'm so grateful to be of service to you and to assist you in the way that I can. I absolutely love you, even though I don't see you. You know why? Because I love me. And if I'm loving me and I'm sitting in myself and my love, there's no other way I can't love you. So I'm passing that on and giving you prayerfully a lot of strength to move through this time. We are better for it, y'all. Trust and believe. Please share this video. Let some people know what we talk about over here. I'd appreciate that. Take care of yourself. And if you want to come to Yosemite, let me know. One spot available. WordlifeAstrology@gmail.com. Bye, beautifuls.